Welcome to a Ping Kaching training video. This training video is going to go over how to enter a new URL for promotion inside Ping Kaching. To enter a URL, let's first go to the Manage Projects page. You can either create a new project or go to an existing project by double-clicking. And then once you open up that project, you can click Add New URL. I suggest you first go back and watch the Create New Project tutorial video by going to Create New Project and then clicking the video training icon. It's vital that you set up your project correctly to save you massive amounts of time when setting up a URL. Let me give you a quick example of this. We're going to go to the Ping Kaching project, I'm going to edit, and let's look at some of the things I did when I created this project. For keywords, I entered very generic keywords, such as Ping Kaching, SEO software. You don't want to enter in too many detailed keywords because each time I do a post, these are going to be the default keywords it brings in. So every blog post, every promotion I do on the web, I want attached SEO software and Ping Kaching. So those are my default keywords. But I might not pick such descriptive keywords as social bookmarking software or directory submission software because those are very specific, and some articles I might be writing just about the social bookmarking aspect, and I wouldn't want the default keyword directory submission to show up. So when you're setting up your project, just enter in the very default, the very basic, the very broad keywords that you always want attached to each URL or each promotion you do. It's very important also that you set up all your directories, categories, and social bookmarking and pen name as well. Now let me show you what that looks like when we actually enter in that project and add a new URL. So I clicked Add New URL. Now let's look at some of these fields. They're all done. Directory category, you can see it pulled in all my selected categories. So that means every time I do submit a new URL for promotion inside this project, I never have to touch this page. I can in fact just skip right over it. Same with the social bookmarking category. I never need to touch that for this project. And pen name as well. You can see with keywords though, it just pulled in my very generic keywords. So of these I will update. I'll always add new keywords that are specific to the post that I want to promote. So let's start from the very beginning. Once you enter in the project you want, you'll see the project name here, and click Add New URL. Now you can promote anything inside Ping Kaching, and in fact you should be promoting absolutely everything that you do on the web, whether it be guest blogging, blog commenting, articles, videos, or even comments on your blog itself. A huge percentage of the content that you create and put out on the web actually doesn't even get indexed. Using Ping Kaching to promote your own website is really just the primary focus of the software. Where it really shines is when you use the power of this tool to index all of those other pieces of content you put on the web that wouldn't get indexed nearly as quickly. Such as if you posted a Doxtop article, that might take a month to get indexed if you didn't input that into Ping Kaching. So it's great to drive some traffic authority and get that indexed right away so it shows up as a backlink. So once you create your very first URL, it'll take you through the new URL wizard. First thing to do is enter in a title just to describe what you're about to promote. This is just for your eyes only. And let me give you an example what this title is. It's what's going to display right here in the Manage URLs page. So what I like to do is I'll put something very descriptive first. So whether it's a scribed or an e-zine article, I just write e-zine. Or in this case itself, I'm going to be promoting an actual Ping Kaching blog post. So I'm going to put PK. I'm going to do that little line there, and then I'm going to write what blog post I'm going to promote. Just something to help me remember. In this case, it'll be URL wizard. Then paste in your URL. Let me go grab mine. When you paste in your URL, these two buttons will appear. We're going to click Fetch Metadata. This is going to save me time from having to fill in all these fields. It's going to grab in the default information that I set up in my all-in-one SEO pack, or whatever your meta tags are. So it grabbed in my RSS feed, and I'll show you what else it grabbed in a second. Now you can shorten down your URL if you want. I'm not going to in this case, I don't need to, but if you wanted to create a tiny URL from this for Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, email promotions, whatever, you can shorten down and it'll automatically create a tiny URL for you with built-in tracking in the software. In fact, I'll do it just to show you guys. There's my unique shortened down URL. Now let's click the next arrow and go to the title URL page. It already grabbed in my metadata for Ping Kaching. Now this looks a little goofy, so I'm going to clean it up a little bit. In fact, I'm going to change it altogether. This page offers training on the URL wizard for Ping Kaching. This title is a title that will be used for social bookmarking, RSS, whatever submission type you decide to run. Now, if you're going to be doing a root URL, and what I mean by that would be just pingkaching.com, not any of this other stuff. If you're doing a root URL and you plan on doing directory submissions with it, I would suggest entering in at least 5 titles, and you can simply just click the Add More button to add more boxes. And then the software is going to automatically spin those titles and descriptions, so you'll leave less of a footprint. But if you're going to be doing just social bookmarking, RSS distribution, I'll only ever do just one title and one description. Now down here in the bottom box, this box is special. This is not going to be used as the title for social bookmarking. This is the message that will be used for Tumblr, Facebook fan page, and Twitter profile. So this is limited by 140 characters because that is exactly what Twitter and Tumblr are limited to. And if you want to put in your short URL, you can just say your message here, whatever you want to say, post to Twitter and whatnot, and then you can click the copy button and then right click and paste. And then you can paste in this custom shortened down nice URL. This is a great feature. Rather than having to post your long URL in Twitter, this built-in URL shortener that we offer is going to allow you a much longer custom message and save you a lot of characters. Then we'll go to the description tab, and I'm going to leave this as is, which was pulled in from my metadata. And again, I'm just doing social bookmarking, so I'm not going to need multiple descriptions. And a quick note about titles and descriptions. It's probably a good idea if you head on over to sites like StumbleUpon, Dig, the popular social bookmarking sites, and just browse what's popular at those sites and what's making them popular. Writing a really good title and a really good description is very important. Think of your title as like what you see in your inbox. You know, when you're scanning, you scan different articles, different emails, and you open the emails that have really good titles. That's the same with social bookmarking. You want to write a compelling title that's going to get them to click to open up that article, which is going to display your description. Now your description is all about getting that person then to click the URL that's associated with this clip. Because if you do it right, if you write a title that compels them to click the title, and then a description that kind of leads them on, gets them excited and curious to click your URL, that's where you're going to drive a massive amount of traffic. Now obviously some things are just going to be more successful. If you're writing about J-Lo and submitting that to social bookmarking sites, you're going to get a lot more natural traffic from those social bookmarking sites as compared to someone who's writing about silicon dynamics, silicon parts and whatnot. Now we'll go to the keywords page. The keywords is already finished because it pulled in my metadata, so that's all fine. We don't need to do anything else. And again, directory category's done, social bookmarking's done, and pen name is all done. So we can go straight to the submission page. Now once you get to the submission page, we'll have a whole separate video on walking you through the steps on the submission part. But let me just quickly go back here and talk about these fields that are grayed out. Right now you can see the directory category, social bookmarking category, and pen name are grayed out. In the future, what we're going to do is these columns here, these fields that are grayed out, when you hit the next arrow, it's going to skip right over them. So that means normally you're only ever going to have to touch the getting started, title, description, keywords, and then it'll take you straight to submission. Because there's no point in having to look at this directory category or social bookmarking, because it's always the same. Now to set this up, you just go to settings and go to submission form, and then you can enable or disable those right here. Now let me go back to this page here. Right now inside Ping Kaching, this feature is not yet live. It'll gray them out, but you'll notice if I click the next arrow, it'll still take me to the page. So right now this isn't live, but within a few more updates we'll be making that live, which is going to save you, 3 extra clicks, which adds up over time. So I'd recommend going into the settings and setting that up from the get-go. Alright, this has been a training video on how to enter a URL into the software. And last thing I want to show you is anytime you add a URL, it's going to go straight to the top. So you'll be able to see it there. And you'll always be able to click it and go back into edit and edit all the things later, titles, descriptions, or you'll be able to go straight to the submission options page. Alright, hope you've enjoyed this video, and I suggest you go to the submission URL training video, which is going to walk you through the submission process.